All right, it's Martini at Brands recording episode 4.
She's so corny, dude.
Oh my God.
She's so corny. She does this every time. Hi, everyone out there in listening world. Martina, Brandi here. We're recording episode 4. Ignore her, please.
She's a hater. Anyways, we are so excited to bring you our topic for today, which is loyalty. I've been getting a lot of memes sent to me and tags about loyalty. So that's kind of what inspired this week's topic on loyalty. I don't know how many of you guys saw Fry Fest. What was it called? Fire Festival documentary on Netflix. It was wild. I didn't even finish it because I had a headache, but you know how you watch something and you listening to it while you sleep. And yeah, it's pretty wild. Like, I can't believe.
Super, super dope.
What a
You know, I
shit
mean,
show.
it's a drawback. A lot of people are mad with Billy. I mean, if I was a patron who bought a ticket to the Bahamas, I probably would have some discretion about how it went down. But then again, maybe not. I probably would have just enjoyed the island and, you know,
just
put the claim
yourself.
in. I mean, just put the claim in with my credit card, with the bank, like, you know, because I've done it. I've disputed a lot of things. I remember a New Year's ticket that was bought. Was it New Year's or?
No, it was for All-Star Weekend.
All-Star Weekend, and it was a rip. It was like we bought the tickets. Ian went to go out. Fire marshal shut it down. It was nonsense. Here
it was
nor
for
there.
P. Diddy's concert.
P. Diddy's concert. Here nor there. He never got to see the full show. And I just called the bank and was like,
services not rendered.
Yeah, it wasn't rendered. I did not get what was promised. I'm not only disputing it with my bank, I'm stopping it with you guys because I want my money immediately. But I've already put in the claim with Ticketmaster or whoever the third party. I think it was Eventbrite. The third party ticketing was. But if you haven't seen it, Netflix, Fire Fest, it is an ultimate documentary that it's not even a docu-series. What is that called?
It's like just a one-time documentary.
One-time documentary on a really, really smart entrepreneur guy who some would say swindled the system. I'm lost for words because I've watched it a few times and I still don't feel like he swindled. I just feel like he could not deliver, and that's not swindling. That is over advertising,
over promising,
over committing, and then not being able to pull it off because it was his first time in the world. But I mean, marketing genius.
Yeah.
You know, I don't want to be so loosely with the words genius. He is very charming with his tongue. He has a tongue, a sword that can go out there and swipe life, steal life, inherit life, whatever. I'm impressed. To me, it just showed me there is a lot of loose money out here.
Right.
It's a lot of game to get this loose money. You just have to really stay focused on that market. Like, it made me hungry when I watched it, with all my business endeavors. I'm definitely an entrepreneur at spirit. I saw it. I saw a big opportunity. It was like a light bulb went off and it was like, oh, okay, this is the way you have to hit it. These are the angles that you go after and this is what you deliver. So not only having that goal and wanting to set that expectation, but actually achieving it. And even still, he achieved many plateaus that most people don't even get to. The fact that you even have investors that believe in you was enough for me to show he has credibility. There's no way.
He still even convinced people to buy wristbands.
After the fact.
After, like, he
not
still
even
had
that.
nothing.
After the Fire Fest didn't go through, he started another business selling pretty much private event tickets where you couldn't buy as a regular public. You have to know who is who, special invite. I mean, Met Gala tickets and stuff. Still not delivering. Still not giving these people what they pay for. But
I think he ran a Ponzi
brilliant.
scheme. That's what I'm saying.
Martina said a Ponzi scheme.
said
For me, I didn't see it as a Ponzi scheme.
It's because he took, just like what's his name, whatever the Madoff character dude's name is. He took money from old people. But what was his first name? Robert?
I don't know, but I watched the whole movie and I really enjoyed it because his son killed himself. What
was the name of that movie?
I think it might have been his name.
Just Madoff.
Yeah.
On Netflix?
Oh no, it was on HBO. It was on HBO or Stars, and I watched this probably 2 years ago. Mm-hmm. It was a great movie too. His son killed himself. His son couldn't handle it. But you know those rich, privileged kids that really don't go through much of anything, don't know how to deal with devastation. Mm-hmm. Another brilliant, but not a Ponzi scheme, because the bank does the same thing to you. The bank takes your money and invests it. Yeah. Just like, so cute. Paxton just opened up his first bank account last weekend. It was the most adorable thing. He was so happy. And the bank guy, he gave me a bar. I'm not going to share it with you guys because I need to print it on a t-shirt before I share it, so you can actually go and purchase the t-shirt. But I was telling Paxton and Marley, like, when you put your money in the bank, it is not actually sitting in a little mini locker with your name on it. It becomes codes in a system, kind of like wiring, transfer of money, and they take all that money and they're investing it in the stock market, in whatever investment the bank that you're dealing with is in their hands. It moves places. So it's not just sitting there. What he did is no different from when a bank does to you. Mm-hmm. Give me money. I'm not going to sit your money here. Your money's not going to sit in a locker in my closet. I'm going to invest it in other places because we're going to make it back. That's business. Mm-hmm. Yeah. That's how you build capital gain and move up. I mean, it's a system. I hope he gets great lawyers. I know this sounds crazy because I still keep saying, I don't want him to go to jail because...
I mean, I don't want him to go... We have this stigma like, justice must be served. Like, he went through a lot. And I don't know if jail is going to... Yeah, I mean, I think the impact of everything kind of blowing up in his face is punishment enough.
Yeah. I don't know that prison is good. I hope he has excellent lawyers. And I can't wait to watch it. I hope that it pans out on TV. Trial goes. We can follow it, because this was the story I was following before the story even hit Netflix. I was super excited when I saw the documentary on Netflix. I got gassed. I've been gassed about it from day one. It just excites me. Like I say, being an entrepreneur, having that spirit, just knowing how things can go completely wrong, even when you have a system. But if you haven't seen it, watch it. It is definitely a must see. But Martina posted something on our Instagram the other day with the picture of Andy, and I think her caption was when
let's see, let me pull it up.
A supervisor or somebody asked you, have you ever gone up and beyond on your job? Yeah. And if you haven't seen it, Andy was willing to take one for the team, meaning there was a situation in the Bahamas where I guess they work on septic tanks, or there wasn't enough water to facilitate the event, so they had to
drinking water.
Yes, but they had to order water in these big, giant, kind of like containers. Domes, like these containers that store water. So you figure it was probably everything water, because they didn't have a sewage system. There was no bathroom. So I'm pretty sure the water that they were getting was going to be for toilets, to be able to flush your porta potties, drinking water, hand station water. So the water got held up, of course, I think due to payment and restriction. And Andy, which was the hired event specialist, was going to take one for the team and basically go and suck some dick.
Yeah, so Billy calls him and was like, I need you to do me a favor. And he's like, he said, I need you to take one for the team. Yeah, he said, and Andy was like, I've already taken so many for the team already. And he was like, and he made kind of what I felt was like a rude comment. He was like, well, you're gay and da-da-da-da. He was like, I need you to suck some dick for some water. Now, when my friend told me, somebody was willing to suck dick for some water, I said, get the fuck out of here. You're lying. That's made up. They're in the Bahamas. They have plenty of water. And then I didn't know it was like potable water. Like, I just thought it was, I don't know. I just, sucking dick for water just sounded bonkers to me. So I was like, no. Not possible. So, I shared the story with Brandi, and Brandi says to me, she's like, I need a man like that on my team. I need somebody.
Anybody. I mean, like I say, just having an entrepreneur spirit. Those are the kind of people you need with you. Mm-hmm. Somebody who's willing to take one for the team. And Martina had led herself into this topic of loyalty from some other memes that she came across. And, you know, I had to say, like, it's not even just loyalty for the team, it's loyalty for yourself. I truly believe that Andy was going to suck the dick because it reflected his business as well. Mm-hmm. He was the event designer. He was going to be over the food, handling the food budget because they had got rid of their catering contract. So he took on a big part of creating the ambiance of the event. And if water is not available,
can't do shit without water.
It strikes your image. It is going to reflect you as the person whose name is over. Yeah, you're not Billy. You're not Ja Rule. You weren't the head honchos upon the original idea. Mm-hmm. However, he is putting his name on this event as I'm coming in as the event curator. Okay. Mm-hmm. So he was taking one for the team, but he was also taking one for himself. And in business, sometimes somebody's gonna get fucked. Some form of fuckery is gonna happen. It doesn't mean that you're literally gonna take one in the ass or in the mouth, and sometimes you just might. But the fact that somebody was willing to do that and not think twice. I mean, there was no hesitation. This man said, I rushed from the airport.
He rinsed his mouth out.
Rinsed his mouth out with mouthwash, got all ready, fresh, ready to go, got in the car to go and suck the dick.
Right.
Or the water.
Psyched yourself out.
You know, so it could have been excitement too on his end. Like, yo, I'm going to get a little sexual pleasure on top of gaining what we need for the event. But definitely watch it. So that led Martina into this wonderful topic of loyalty. And I'm going to let her elaborate because I have my feelings and thoughts on what loyalty is. So we'll just go into shooting. Martina, what were you thinking about?
So, I like to teach people new words and definitions, and then I like how Brandi kind of picks apart the definitions of, Webster's dictionaries. The definition of loyalty per, I guess, Wikipedia, now everything's on the internet. Loyalty is a noun. It means faithfulness to commitments or obligations. Now, I read something, I've been reading 7 Habits of Highly Effective People, and in it talks about love, and it says that love is a verb. So when I was thinking about loyalty and love, I kind of feel like loyalty is a verb too for me. I feel like you display loyalty, and I can only speak for myself, like I always say, and how I display my loyalty to my friends and my family is really just showing up and being there for them. Sometimes it also means like knowing to show up for them when they don't ask for it, and being that listening ear and just being present, to me, is how I show my loyalty. And I know that everybody has a different definition of what loyalty is and how they would show it. So for me, I feel like it would be one and the same. I feel like if a friend is loyal to me, they would show up for me when I need it, even if I don't ask them to show up. Like, just be present. Just know that I need you even when I don't know if I need you. Does that make sense?
Yes.
I don't want to be fumbling over my words over here, but
I mean, it makes sense in your mind.
Well, yeah, because I made it make sense.
Yeah, in your world.
Okay, so Brandi, what were you saying about, you agreed with me that loyalty is a verb, right? For once, she's agreeing with me.
An action verb?
Yeah. A verb.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
But all verbs aren't actions, right?
Oh, girl, I want to say yeah. I thought verbs were action words.
Are they really?
Yeah.
We got to delete that part out because I can't
It's okay. We can
tell
us, you guys.
I'm in the 4th grade and kindergarten right now, so I get confused. When I tell you I'm in the 4th, that means I have a 4th grader and I have a kindergartner. So I'm in both grades, so sometimes I get a little confused. Here nor there. Verb, action, verb, it doesn't matter. Martina gave an example of her loyalty being based on friendship.
On actions that I do.
On actions that she does within her friendships. Mm-hmm. And it takes me back to a time where I used to run in a group, like a clique, you know, and I hate to clicky, you know, because I'm older. Again, get out of here. A clique of girls, and years ago, some shit had went down. And I always come back to this loyalty because that was probably one of the bases of somebody trying to have a platform in an argument. And one of the girls said, you have to be loyal to me. If you're my friend, there's a certain loyalty that you give to me. And back when I was going through the situation with a group of girls, it was something that struck me about her saying that, because when she said it really helped me redefine how I looked at the word friends, how I became a friend, how I treated people. For me, loyalty is not something that I just do for a friend or how I conduct myself in the workplace. Or loyalty is my commitment to myself. Period. I cannot be loyal to a friend if I am not loyal to myself. Loyalty for me starts within. Bottom line. I don't seek relationships. I don't sought out jobs on my level of loyalty, my level of commitment, because my commitment is to myself. In order for me to be genuinely transparent with a friend, clear, I have to start with being transparent with myself. Right. I have to be loyal to myself. So whenever I hear loyalty being thrown around, Martina had showed me a picture that one of the chefs we had met sent her, and it was crazy because it was
Should I read it?
Yeah, it was one-sided. Definitely open it up. It was very one-sided, and it took me to where I think people identify loyalty with always, and that is a commitment to another person. If you are committed to me, that means you're loyal. That's not true, because I could be being committed to you but disloyal to myself, simply trying to be committed to you. So at the end of the day, I am not loyal because I'm not being loyal to myself. So loyalty for me only lies within myself. How I reflect, how I act, how I treat can be a condition of my loyalty to myself. But I don't think of loyalty to a dosage chart of how I give it out or how I treat people or how I work at work accordingly. No, I want to be only loyal to myself, because if I'm genuinely loyal to me, I have no choice but to reflect goodness or whatever my sense of direction or what I want to strive to, what I want to sell, what I want people to know about me. It's going to reflect because I'm loyal to me. Mm-hmm. So read us what the picture said. It's a picture of Michelle and Barack Obama, double-sided, top, bottom.
So it's a young Barack and Michelle, and it says, a woman's loyalty is tested when her man has nothing. And then it's a picture of current day Michelle and Barack, and that quote says, a man's loyalty is tested when he has everything.
So when she read this to me, all I could think of was, so you're talking about my commitment as far as what I do to my vagina and
Don't tell her what to do with a vagina now.
What I'm doing when it comes to talking to other people, or That's what it was talking about. It said a woman's loyalty is tested when
her man has nothing.
Her man has nothing. Now, why is that? Why would that say that? Because I have been homeless with my man. I have been at rock bottom with my man. And my loyalty was still to myself first. His loyalty was still to himself first. Mm-hmm. He acted in ways, being broke to when we were cool, based on what he was going through. That time in his life. I just felt like this particular meme is only talking about your commitment to a person.
Yeah, we talked about it in the car, like you also mentioned that loyalty is based on being faithful. Like, okay, so if you're loyal to me, you're faithful to me.
Which is not true, because again, I just had a conversation with a friend about the dating world, and this could be something that we can open up a can of worms later. But say I am 100% committed to the idea of monogamy?
Yeah.
Monogamy.
Monogamy being one person only.
Right? I'm committed to this idea with you because you're so passionate about it. But it's not my real true feelings. Mm-hmm. I'm not being loyal to myself.
Mm-hmm. You brought up loyalty and transparency a few times, and I think everything always comes back full circle when it comes to self-reflection. When we talk about what does it mean to be trustworthy, we have to look within ourselves. When we want to be faithful, we have to look into ourselves. When we want to be loyal, we have to look into ourselves. I don't know where this came about, where it's like we're always looking for the outside influence to define what loyalty is.
I think that's because we're always trying to organize control. It's like organized chaos, but I have control. If I can get you to commit to this idea, if I can get you to buy into my vision and my dreams, we're one on accord. No, we're not. Mm-hmm. I just watched an Alex Nani commercial that basically said, we love somebody for who they are, basically not who you want them to be. Mm-hmm. And to me, those kind of things go hand in hand with the walk of loyalty, because we find ourselves being loyal because this is an idea that we've created in our minds, that we see it going this way. This is how it's to play out. So I am being loyal to you because I expect you to give me in return what I'm seeking.
It's like loyalty on my terms.
On my terms. Versus if you start out genuinely being loyal to yourself, you're always going to get a bigger return on investment, because my kids are haters. Is that recorded?
All right. Well, life's fuckery happened, and Brandi and I were unable to finish recording our podcast due to some small interruptions. But what we're going to do is we're actually going to break this up into two parts. So you just finished listening to part 1 of episode 4, Loyalty. And we're going to have part 2 of Loyalty sent out and ready for you on February 8th. And we're really going to dive deep into this topic because everybody's always shouting about loyalty. You need to be loyal to me and only me. And so we really want to just kind of dissect this word, and we're excited to even share this topic with you guys. You can listen to our podcast on Spotify, Stitcher, Radio Republic, Google Podcasts, SoundCloud. It's also on YouTube. I just finished loading it up on YouTube, and it's on our website. And if anything struck a chord with you, please comment on our Instagram page or Facebook page, which is Martini at Brands. Or you can comment on me or Brandi's page, because you will also find, all that good stuff for Martini at Brands on our personal pages as well. So you can follow me Martini at TaiTama_mama, or you can follow Brandi at IamBrand33. So go ahead, drop those comments, share this with a friend, anybody you feel like needs to hear this. We are here for you, for the people, to send out this message. No, I'm just kidding. I'm being extra. But thank you guys for listening. Thank you always for reaching out and your feedback and your comments. I do read everything and I share it with Brandi, and it's very heart-filled that you guys are really listening. It's super cool. So thank you, and we'll see you guys, or we'll be in you guys' ears next week on February 8th, where we finish our conversation, our fuckery discussion, actually, not just a conversation, our fuckery discussion of loyalty.
The podcast you just heard was made using Anchor. Ever thought about making your own podcast? Anchor makes it really easy for anyone to get started. It's a one-stop shop for recording, hosting, and distributing podcasts. Best of all, it's 100% free. Sign up now at anchor.fm/new. That's anchor.fm/new to get started.